What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So the matter of Xbox and Game Pass has dominated the conversation for such a long time. If you look at what Game Pass is offering as a proposition for, PC players, and everybody already knows that Xbox players benefit from Game Pass, you see that there really isn't much out there that can actually measure. However, it's not as if Game Pass is so unique in a sense. There have been a lot of different incentives for players that have been on this ecosystem, which is PC, and there have been a lot of benefits like Ubisoft, a lot of different companies, and even digital marketplaces that are in heavy competition have been able to reduce game prices. Now, with Game Pass being able to bring day one games, it makes things very different, and that's its unique selling point. However, if you look at another platform called Epic Games, I think you will see that even though Game Pass may have a very strong offering, Epic Games actually, in my opinion, has a better offering, and that is a double-sided better offering overall. Now, I brought up this topic because I saw on Twitter today that, people were kind of, in a sense talking about Tim Sweeney and all of that stuff. And I saw that a YouTuber pretty much marked this and about something he said with Google and Apple pretty much being the first in terms of, revenue earners in the gaming industry. And they don't even make any games, yet the others that do make games are not necessarily reaping those rewards. So what I'll tell you today is if you are on the PC platform or you're thinking of coming to the PC platform and you think, how am I going to get a library of games? I want to say to you, number one, forget Game Pass. We have the Epic Games Store where they give out free games. And if you're a developer, they give out free resources for development. So as of this month, this is September of 2023, they are giving away all of these different items. And all you need to do is basically add them to your cart, and then you go ahead and you check out. So basically these 5 items, when I go to my cart, I'm going to see that in total, this is about $241 of assets. Now, we'll look at these assets and we'll talk about exactly what they are. But before we do so, because gamers are involved in this, let us go to the Epic Games Store where they also give free games every so often. I think it's about every 2 weeks or so we get 2 games, and the games are actually decent games. They're not AAA games, they're usually indie games. But here's the crazy thing. When I show you my Epic Games library, I think you might be a little surprised as to how in the world I've been able to gather a lot of these games over time. So are you ready? I hope you're ready to be able to take a look at this. So if you look at a lot of these different titles, right, you might ask me and say, okay, did you pay for all of these titles? Where's my library? Hold on here. Did you get to pay for all these titles? The truth is I didn't pay for these. I just literally stayed here as a, consumer and just pretty much, they gave them away. The only ones I paid for that I remember are Borderlands 3. I remember paying for that game. I also remember paying for Metro Exodus and Godfall. I think those are the 3 games, and then maybe say 2 or 3 others that I've paid for here. Like I think a Ubisoft game, one of the Assassin's Creed games was on sale, and I went ahead and paid for that game as well. All these other games were given away for free, or at least, maybe packages or introduction, type games like Genshin Impact with a little bit of a bonus. But by and large, Just Cause 4, Metro Redux and Metro Last Light, they've been given a lot of these, for a long time. You think about, say, even games like NBA 2K21, Neo, the complete edition, so it's given away for free. Pillars of Eternity, Payday 2, it's wild. Rage 2 was given away for free at one time when, Epic came out. Rise of the Tomb Raider, the version here on Epic Games. Saints Row the Third, this is remastered, and then Saints Row as well, remastered, were also given away as well. I think I got the new Saints Row on a sale of some kind. I think, I bought a GPU and I got that one. And I got the old Tomb Raider Definitive Edition as well, as well as some other really interesting games. I also got the first Tomb Raider game, the Game of the Year edition, and so on and so forth. So all in all, I also got Wolfenstein, the New Order. I got Watch Dogs 1, and I think they gave away a Ubisoft game after a promotion. But this is what Epic Games has been doing for a very long time, and a lot of folk haven't necessarily paid attention to it. Now, The offerings are not the greatest in the whole wide world, but they're literally free. You don't have to do anything to get them, and you don't have to even bother other than just maybe creating an Epic account and coming to add them to your library. And you just have yourself, a library of games if you're just patient enough. Now, I'm sure you see some titles here that are kind of like big shots. Those titles are usually given away during the holiday season. That's when you're going to see that. Now, that's on the gamer side. Now, on the developer side, when you come to the marketplace, usually every month they have free content. That's some of them are permanently free. Some of them are marketplace collection, and then they're mega scans. Mega scans is a whole library of like real life picture sticks, type assets that basically can make your scene look good. They use it in Street Fighter 6, a whole bunch of other games, and then they have learning content. But free for the month is usually the highlight. This is where they actually acquire, or at least the possibility of getting, say, assets or a lot of packages or resources that people have developed, predetermined resources, so that developers can use to iterate prototypes very fast, and they'll give them away for free. Example, this one is a quest editor plugin. So what it is it will help you edit, your quest logs. So if you're making a video game and you want quests to be in the game or whatnot, you can use this plugin to kind of manage your quests and then go in and do that. It's $100 plugin, and they're giving it away for free. I'm gonna go ahead and add it to my library, because you never know. Maybe I might be working on some secret sauce or something sometime. There's also an ArchViz Interior Volume 3. I haven't even bothered to even look at this. There's just so much in game development that I can't even be bothered with some stuff that eventually come out. There's an environment asset piece being dropped here, which is pretty much a palace hall. So it has decorations, and it's got like a scene set up for you, but you have all the assets. And depending on how they design it, if it's modular, you can get access to all of these different little things and dress a scene if you're maybe working on a video game prototype, or maybe even a video production type thing, maybe an animation, maybe a story or whatever, because people don't realize Unreal Engine has a broader use other than game development. This one here is a basic multiplayer melee combat system. So pretty much it will probably come in with a whole bunch of stuff. You can watch a demonstration, you can read documentation on it, and you can actually download a playable demo for this, because this is what the developer, whoever made this, has actually put in place. And it seems like it's actually a very simple framework. So you can come in here, put your characters, do your animations, create rules, and just create a really fun, interesting prototype overall. And I think this is what it's designed to achieve. And then you have a safe house. And all of this is worth about, when I showed you guys my cart, about $200. Now, one thing a lot of people may not really realize is if you've actually been gathering all this stuff for a long time, your library is going to look like this on the developer side. Now, this is a combination of items that I've paid for and also free items as well. A lot of them are made by people on the Epic Games marketplace. They'll make animation packs. They'll make, all kinds of different frameworks and stuff, but majority of them were free. So yes, I understand that, Game Pass is something that a lot of people, will talk about from time to time. And a lot of people will, highlight because, it has a lot of advantages. Yes. But that is not the only way that we are actually getting, a lot of resources on the PC platform. We have Epic Games as well that is in competition with Steam. Also, Epic Games has a very, very low, price or profit share. Steam has a 30% profit share. But when I use Steam, and when you use Steam long enough, you'll realize that there's just a lot of stuff that Steam offers, and someone's got to pay for it. And it's actually a premium service that is free to the consumer, basically. Or maybe the price of the games actually pass on that cost to the consumer. But even if it's not free, it is kind of top tier in a sense. You can hardly find a lot of complaints about Steam right now, because over the years, they've just listened to their community, and they've been able to add a lot of features to be able to enhance their marketplace. Epic Games is still getting there in a sense, has not really done a lot of that, in my opinion anyway. So I'm not inclined to purchase games on the Epic Games Store. But the Epic Games Store is actually a big, broad, application. I wish they would separate the store from the Unreal Engine marketplace, but because it's all integrated, you kind of have to, deal with like how weird it works. Whereas Steam is just geared towards selling you games and selling you DLC and providing you services like your file saves, your cloud saves, and all of those things that come as a benefit. Whereas Epic Games had been working on all these systems as they were iterating and going. So it didn't really get the best of landing. However, there's just so much value that this particular company actually puts out that Fortnite money is actually being reinvested into possibly building, a huge ecosystem of indie developers, because indie is the future. I know AAA, is what a lot of people are appealing, or have in a sense affinity to, but indie requires a lot of help to be able to give them that push to be able to have close to the quality of what AAA developers have. So AAA developers have access to some of the best animation teams, some of the best, storytelling, some of the best, just a lot of different things. But if you have all these resources at your fingertips as an indie developer, it can help you iterate faster. It can help you score a good demo if you're determined enough. It'll take you a few years to pull something off like that. And maybe you can eventually go sit down and talk with the publisher that will probably be able to serve, your needs and help you sponsor a game if you're actually interested in something like that. But anyways, I thought I'd make this video because I was like, man, I know a lot of people talk about Game Pass and all of that, but to be very honest, ladies and gentlemen, Game Pass is just one, area that you can, pay attention to. But, if you come to the Epic Games store and the marketplace and all, that is also a very huge benefit for a lot of gamers out there. And I just thought we'd talk about it a little bit because I've been using it for a few years. Like I said, look at all this stuff that's in my library. I don't even know what's there. I have to kind of go back from time to time and look. And it may not seem like a big deal for the, the regular gamer. It may just not necessarily seem like, it's something that a regular gamer would benefit from. But realistically, the benefit of the gamer is actually at the back of all of this, because if somebody were to, make a video game because of the inspiration and because of the, the quick iteration that the store and the assets and the resources allows for you to be able to make, then, gamers get to enjoy when the full game comes out, and the full game comes out very well. All right, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Peace out.